really hoping is to create an archive, a space where people can come and find their stories, whether it's a digital space or a physical space, or both.
Some stories make you laugh, some stories make you cry, but it gives you a glimpse of who you are, that person is, you know, and to me that's invaluable.
It's very interesting to see how people tell their stories. My name is Beth Henson. I have a PhD in history from the University of Arizona, 2015, and I am a co-founder of the Douglas Oral History Project. Well, I came to Bisbee in 1983 as a refugee from big city living. And I thought, I didn't think there was any life at all in small towns before I came to Bisbee. But I was involved with the Bisbee Poetry Festival in the early days. I was involved with Cochise Fine Arts in the early days. And then, because Bisbee's on the border, I began going to Mexico. I've lived in Zacatecas, I've lived in Chihuahua off and on for years, and I've lived in Mexico City. And so Douglas was just a natural for me.
My name is Cecelia Ceci, which is what everybody calls me. Lewis. I am a gratefully retired English instructor. Recently, I retired during COVID, May of 2020, and I am one of the co-founders of the Douglas Oral History Project. COVID has underscored the importance, but I have always been interested in oral histories and the stories of people who came before us. I think that's part of my heritage, right? Hearing the family stories and learning and keeping the spirits alive of the people who preceded us.
My name is Ginny. The last name is Jordan, or if you look at it in Spanish, it's Jordan. I'm born and raised here in Douglas. It's my hometown, and it's a great hometown. All three of us love history, and all three of us love the, different parts of the history in this area. And especially we grew up in a time, well, I grew up in a time, and Ceci grew up in a time where you sat around and you listened to your elders all the time, and they told these amazing stories. We didn't have TV, well, I didn't have TV where, or cell phones or whatever to get distracted. You sat and you listened to these amazing stories of how families came, how, what your grandfather did, what your dad did as a kid, your mom did as a kid. And so, that was how you learned your history of who you were.
So I come from generations of women. My grandmother, Josefa Vasquez Bergner, was one of the first women of Mexican heritage to teach in Douglas, Arizona. She graduated from what is now NAU, but it was Arizona Teachers College in Flagstaff at the time. She graduated in 1916.
So you just start seeing how they came, and then you start putting the pieces together, and you see Douglas not only growing, but you see the family, how everything kind of intertwines with each other, and I just love it.
We've had an amazing response, and we have dozens of people lined up to be interviewed. Everyone has been very supportive. People are bringing us their photos. We have volunteers who come in and help us go through some of the old documents we've turned up. The community's been absolutely supportive.
So our goal is, one of the first things is to do an exhibit on the labor, people, the laborers of Douglas, whether they owned a taxi stand, a newspaper stand, woman's dress shop or the gas station. Who were the people that made up the labor movements here? And we're pretty excited about it.